Let's start with the obvious. Opening a successful business is definitely a dream come true. So in this Shopify 2026 review, I'm not just going to be talking about my experience with the e-commerce platform, but also sharing the tips and tricks that could help you with brand recognition and sales. All right, first, let's do a quick overview of what the Shopify website builder actually is and the important things that you need to know before delving deeper. So what is Shopify? It's an e-commerce platform that lets you build an online store without really any prior coding knowledge. It's an all-in-one program that lets you handle payments, inventory, products, and shipping. But that's not the only reason why Shopify is considered one of the best beginner-friendly e-commerce platforms. The setup itself is guided and incredibly easy. The platform teaches you how to pick themes, connect payments, and add products. Now, speaking of themes, the free themes are not the best. I'd say they're pretty limited in terms of quality and quantity, since not all of them can support certain features. Sure, you could use third-party markets, but it's kind of a bit hit or miss because some of the themes could be scams or just very outdated. To find reputable third-party sources, I suggest looking at theme reviews. It's a solid option that helps look out for those kind of traps. So if you want to try out some of the premium Shopify themes, make sure to follow the links in the description or scan the QR code on screen to try them out for a fraction of the full price. So once you have that covered, I'd suggest going ahead and exploring the dashboard. Sure, it's clean, but there's a learning curve here, so just take your time to really explore everything one click at a time. Now, keep in mind, it's not just a platform to sell products. It has discounts and promos that you can run. There are also abandoned cart recovery and similar features to further boost your brand. Another good thing about the Shopify Store app is that despite being a no-code platform, as you gain more experience, you can add your own code, which lets you modify quite a bit. Let's not forget about the money, right? Shopify has 4 plans in total, and they can vary in pricing quite a bit, even including a free option. However, you cannot run full stores on the free plan. So if you want to unlock Shopify's full potential for your business website, you're going to have to pay. Now, in my opinion, if you take the more expensive plans, you save money in the meantime. There's less transaction fees and you can grow your business stress-free. Besides, once your store booms, that monthly fee is not going to feel like you're spending any money at all. And if you want good-looking themes, those also come with the paid plans. And that's where my first Shopify 2026 advice comes in. Be committed. The transaction fees can stack up if you're not using Shopify payments. Yes, it pushes you to use only Shopify apps, but if you're new to e-commerce, you want to save as much money as possible. That includes the Shopify plans themselves. Luckily, I do have a special Shopify discount waiting in the description. You can also scan this QR code on screen. Trust me, grabbing this deal is a very good idea since you're just starting out. So we've already established that the Shopify builder is great for beginners, but one of the most important things that you should know is that the platform offers not only high quality themes, but also tons of app integrations, which brings me to my second tip: marketing, and more marketing. You have to stand out and ask yourself, why should people buy from your store rather than any other major competitor? And I'm talking about Instagram posts, Reels, memes, Facebook, X, your grandpa's newspaper, everywhere. What you have to do is get your store out there and get the customers engaged. Once customers are in your store, make sure to optimize your cart and ensure the purchase is as smooth as possible. I recommend enabling Google autocomplete so customers can finish their addresses without having to type them all out. Then set up automated emails for abandoned carts. This way your customer will be notified about any unfinished purchase. It's also important that you add a free shipping progress bar, which encourages the person to buy more in order to get free shipping. Now, speaking of shipping, your customer will want to track their order. So not only does it make your site look more legit, but it also gives the customer clarity, leaving less room for cart abandonment. So yeah, add a delivery timer. However, some people aren't really there to buy. There's a big chance you're going to encounter trolls who are just going to place a fraudulent order. So if you cancel it, you're going to have to pay a fee. So set your order capture to manual. Trust me, it's going to save your life and your wallet. Then always, and I mean always, check your analytics. There may be a time when you're going to get a lot of traffic to your site, but the carts, they're going to remain empty. This problem usually appears when you're either targeting the wrong audience or maybe your site just doesn't give the best first impression. That may be hard to come to terms with, but just don't worry, not everything is lost. You can combat this by taking more detailed photos, editing descriptions, or to add credibility, reviews. It's also important to note that sales can be affected by other things like seasons, trends, and global events. So take your time adding the products. I know you're eager to sell, but trust me on this one. And keep in mind that some stores might have 3 low months just to have 3 good ones. So don't panic too much either. Again, if you'd like to save some money before starting your online business, make sure to follow the links in the description to get a hefty discount on Shopify's plans. So I hope you enjoyed this Shopify review and advice for beginners. If you want a more in-depth video on Shopify, make sure to let me know in the comments. And as always, see you later.